Another ball spawn buried by our hand. Ball should learn better than to send his offspring against us. They might as well be babes, dropped bare bottom into the Rashomon winter. So dark an alliance sealed with Sentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining horde. You think Minsk could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Ooh, why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to... Once again, in smaller words? I see. This truth you seek. Boo believes that Minsk is knowing more than Minsk knows. But it is a difficult thing. There are memories of this time that Minsk does not remember. And Boo suggests that, just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places, you must reach what Minsk cannot. The parasite. You can use it to tickle free whatever truth you seek. The worm has already whipped me around the city like a slack-backed pony. I have no wish to saddle myself a second time. But if it cannot be Boo who pops inside my skull for a rummage, then I trust you. Or Jahira, but she is currently possessed of an empty head.
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... Your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
A whisper. The Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts, feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9 fingers keen. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zentish Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster. What does it matter? Cultish thinking has occupied Minsk's mind for long enough. Now is time for doing. And this talk of evil overthrowing evil, pah! Like a many-headed hydra biting at its own throat. Bring forth the hydra, says Boo. More faces for the punching. First we pop the Zentarim plot. Then we show 9 fingers, the 5 fingers of Minsk. Yes? It is only justice, then, that we put a boot upon hers. Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Boo is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place. In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsk? There is more than a little to know, I think. I am huge. Well, Boo, explain yourself. Clear enough? Can you not? Do you not see his noble bearing? The deep wells of wisdom that are his eyes? Boo speaks of much. Perhaps one day, you will be ready to listen. Well, the mind of Minsk is a simple place. Of what strangeness do you speak?
The memories resurface. A lifetime of battles blurring into one. A single constant is Minsk, launching into the fray no matter the foe, be they god, monster, or man. It seems just the barest glimpse of what the man before you has seen and done, but enough to know that he has no right to still be alive.
Ah, wait! That look in your eye. I know exactly what visions of Minsk you have seen to cause you such wonder. My pants. Thrice laced, in the Rashomar style, so that a berserker might split skulls without fear of splitting breeches, too. They are fiendishly complex, but fear not for Minsk. With training, he has learned to master the many little knots. Well, as have you, no? Do not forget that when you gaze into Minsk, Minsk also gazes into you. We both fight evil, wherever it is found. The who and where are less important than the hamsters you meet along the way. On this matter of sharing memories, I see no reason for us to worry at one another's worms. If there is more we wish to know, we can simply ask, no? Exactly so! If I must peer into the mind of my enemy, I use an axe. For friends, there is ale. No, my friend. If you fear you have a question that Minsk cannot answer, then you can simply ask Boo. As you wish, but quietly. It is listening. On this matter I have held small counsel with Boo. If the worm is lodged within our skulls, should it not be possible to simply squeeze like so? Until something pops out. Pay that noise no mind. Boo has not feasted on evil's flesh in some time, and it has set his gut to bubbling. None at all. Though Boo is tiny. Perhaps he could just crawl into our ears and... Ah, you are right, Boo. A ridiculous notion. It would be far too dark to see. Minsk and Boo surely would, but you have so many followers already that Boo cannot pick your scent from the pack. Boo likes all of our party well enough, but return when there are not so many of you.
I think you might have made a terrible mistake. Huh? Chasing rumor halfway around the city and back. Crossing the guild. Wading through filth. Defying the one creature upon whom your very life depends. All for a madman and his rodent. The Absolute threatens thousands, the entire coast. And still you risked much to help one man. I should berate you, but I can only say thank you. Your reasons were your own. But whether you meant for it or not, your fight is our fight, huh? Both of us. To the very end. He is an ass. I can make no promises beyond that. But even so, lead the way. We're yours to command. Ask it.
That's Orin dealt with. Good riddance. Now that we have her Netherstone, we're one big step closer to finishing this. Once and for all.
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen successor, Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. Wounds have healed. Damage has been undone. Balance has been restored. Those who seek to serve nature there can once again do so with all their hearts. There have been difficulties. Some initiates harbor too much admiration for Korga's course of action. Francesca will do what she must to rid them of such notions. She is well suited to the task. Better than I, perhaps. To cleanse a land of shadows is one thing, but to sway a heart from a dark path is another matter entirely. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid, to be a leader. Still, though, I cannot help but wonder if there was more I could have done. Perhaps, Oakfather willing, I may yet have the chance someday. Forgive me. The Shadow Curse occupied me so entirely and for so long. I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves. Just my pride. I can't believe I allowed myself to be knocked unconscious and spirited away like that. Impressive that she managed to move my bulk, come to think of it. I wonder how that was managed. But in either case, it seems I was insensible for much of my ordeal. Small mercies.
Hell's take that Baal freak. She would have bled the whole world just for the fun of it. We've got her Netherstone now. One step closer to getting the Netherbrain under control.
Copper for your thoughts?
Orin's dead, which means we have taken one step closer to slaughtering the fetid Elder Brain.
Orin was a monster, whatever her form. I suppose growing up somewhere like this would make a monster of anyone. How can I help? I've often asked myself the same question. I never really found a satisfactory... You clearly see something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently.
Zahira, Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult. And if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsk and Boo greet cheek with hand.
This mess falls on our heads, Minsk. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened. You mean the doppelgangers? It is no comfort to me that my face made this fool all the easier to lead. The point remains. You meant well, Minsk. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread.
Zahira, Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult. And if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsk and Boo greet cheek with hand.
I would like to see if a lesson has been learned. This mess falls on our heads, Minsk. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened. I have seen too much to believe destiny has taken our side. Blind luck, perhaps. The point remains. You meant well, Minsk. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread. And worse, perhaps than any of this, you forced me to leave you behind.
But this is where Minsk falls short of the understanding, Jahira. What else is a berserker for, if not to charge into danger ahead of his Waklarin?
Wiklarin? Minsk, I am not your witch. You are not my bodyguard. This is not some high lodge of your homeland.
Boo agrees you're a queer kind of witch. But this city is a queer place. And Minsk, you may have noticed, is sometimes strange himself. The titles matter not. Only this. When Minsk does as Minsk does, and charges in to make a mess, Jahira does as Jahira does, and finds a way to save us all anyway.
Oh, I fight alongside fools.
You hear that, Boo? We fight alongside a Waklarin again.
I am your friend, Ranger. I am not your witch. There will be no ointments or healing balms.
Not even for Boo?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
sergeant looks at you silently, expectantly.
There's work to do.
Right, better get to it.
Quite ready for you.
And these things have stayed interesting.
Charmed, I'm sure.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Let me work my magic. As you wish.
What to do?
Avoid that trap.
Did you want something? If not, I'm perfectly happy to just gaze upon you a while.
Of course.
Just the one?
Action makes the action.
No one's stopped me yet.
Aren't you the intrepid little adventurer, digging and diving where you don't belong? The Iron Throne, a ruin from the city's dark past that could become a template for a brighter future. It is the most useful tool for motivating my Gondian workforce, key to the construction of the Steel Watch that keep the city safe. But like all tools, the moment it ceases to be useful, I will break it. Thanks to your trespassing, that moment may have come. Return to the docks, or the deaths of everyone inside will be on your conscience.
How many people are trapped within? How many lives will be lost?
That was a mistake. When the corpses start to wash up on the shore, remember, you could have prevented all this.
You don't have the pocket money for that.
Yeah, look at that. Ugh, awful.
Get out of our alley. Go on, before I make you.
You're supposed to be looking out for us. From the skies.
Shouldn't go wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people killed.
On the half-orc's finger, you notice an unusual ring. Heavy and with a strange symbol carved on its surface.
Scurry away, good book, before I crush you.
You recall seeing this symbol on crates marked for Nine Fingers Keen, leader of the guild. The thug works for her.
Oi! Stop staring. Start walking. Last chance. Of course! She didn't tell me you were coming. Always don't let anyone through, Tuscron. Never here's a list of special guests. Confusing. Come, I'll take you to the guild hall. Nine Fingers is inside. In you go. Before I change my mind.
There's the 9 fingers. Good luck.
Who let you through? That scrunt? Bloody idiot.
If I were you, I'd turn around and walk right out of this alley. Now! God, this is boring.
Are you by any chance the bad smell that followed me up from the sewer? Whatever you saw, cool your heels a moment. Let's talk. 9 Fingers is done. My Zentarim stand ready to purge this place of everyone loyal to her. So all I need to know is, does that include you? Or not? You fail to see the bigger picture. Yes, they offered us money, but more than that, they offered an opportunity. The money is a bonus. The Zentarim have been trying to crack Baldur's Gate for years, but 9 Fingers' grip has been too strong. And look what it's come to. Her guild is disorganized, undisciplined. The cult broke them in a matter of days, while my Zentarim still stands strong. A guild under our control can do what 9 Fingers failed to. Drive the Absolute out of the city once and for all. We're all on the same side. If there are spoils to be split afterwards, well, I'm sure there's enough to share. Oh, let's. To arms, Zentarim! The guild is ours for the taking! This could have been simple. Remember that!
Hope your soul is in good hands.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Oh, you rancid bastard. See? Mine's fresh.
Welcome to the Guildhall, Faerun's finest festival. As long as you're not sober.
Or able to smell.
Victory awaits.
What fools these mortals be.
Where do I go from here?
see this done.
Taking position. Fancy their chances. The lesson is death.
My faith will protect me. Got to concentrate.
Tale for the ages.
Need to act fast. Time to meet your maker. Got to press on.
Taking position.
Recite their demise. Don't get too close.
I'm ready. Let's finish this.
Battle of wits. Indeed.
Ready.
Yeah.
Can't afford to let up.
is all that matters.
You look rather more refined than the usual thugs walking these halls. I don't suppose you have any interest in fine art? My name is Oscar Fevras, though I doubt you'll have heard it. My stardom has waned somewhat recently, but I was once fated as one of the city's most promising artists. These days, my oeuvre is less original, shall we say, but no less in demand. In fact, you're fortunate to have caught me just now. I have a rather special piece that's become unexpectedly available. I assure you, it's identical to the original, down to the finest brushstroke. A fine piece to hang on the wall of anyone you decide to sell it to. We had a very interested party out in Waterdeep who, shall we say, commissioned the piece. But when the time came, she was unable to pay. I hear parts of her have washed up as far away as Neverwinter. Oh, and a word of advice. Don't try to sell it down here. I've already tried, and they aren't interested. Huh. You look rather more refined than the usual thugs walking these halls. I don't suppose you have any interest in fine art? Then perhaps I might be able to interest you. I assure you, it's identical to the original. Of course not! It's absolutely real. I painted it myself. It is simply derived from an existing source of inspiration. My good friend, do you know where you are? The Guildhall is no place for the morally squeamish. If, however, you are open to the idea of supporting the arts, then we may do some fine business.
You're in charge here now. I hope you at least get some of the filth dumped over the side.
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. But toss me a few coppers, and I'll shoot you a saucy wink across the bar. Very kind of you, sir. I'll be dedicating the next keening elven ballad to you. You look like the type to enjoy one.
Well, that was a little excitement at least. Now, who's gonna clean up all the corpses?
Nine fingers will be missed. Right up until every other bastard here tries to fill her chair, at least.
Uktar, I remain Guild Bursar, whoever sits in the big chair. Do we have business?
Urkta, 11th month of the year, more commonly known as the rotting, the time in which all things decay and die.
A gift from Nine Fingers. She has a penchant for literal names, and her cronies ensured it stuck. I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make? I clearly recall asking you not to waste my time. It is guild business I take seriously, as you ought to. That business is finance. Specifically, the acquisition of vault keys. The wealthy squirrel their riches away in the city's counting house, where it gathers dust, serving no one. I acquire keys and allow these funds to circulate, like lifeblood in a healthy body. Everyone benefits, particularly those who bring me such keys. So, are you wasting my time, or do you seek to benefit? Have you made an acquisition? Glitterbeard. He was given mastery of the counting house over me, you know. Well deserved, wouldn't you say? Oh. A most peculiar key to have in your possession. I wonder who it belongs to. Here is your compensation. Ah, a rather ancient patron of the counting house. He has accrued quite a bit of interest, I'd wager. Ah, the would-be Duke. I'm sure he parted with it on good terms. Then our business is done, for now.
Zen dead? Keen dead? Who the hell's gonna look out for us now?
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling? Sometimes stuff we sell comes back around to us again. So watch yourself. Got me?
Don't bug me. I'm making plans. Big plans, see?
Wow, look who it is! Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketherick's coffers. Ready to do some business? Give me that! Can't have this floating around loose. I thought I was meant to be the thief. bloody idiot! You can kill half the devils in the hells for all I care, but Raphael was my patron. He made promises. This is just a hiccup, though. I'll still run this city one day, with or without Raph, and when I do, my guild won't look on you too kindly.
See anything you like? Let's talk price. See anything of yours? No, you didn't.
Talk to Sticky. Until I come to collect, our business is done. Talk to Sticky. Until I come to collect, our business is done.
Managed to keep out the worst of the fighting. They'll just need to keep from sobering up.
Enough time wasted. Battle awaits.